Welcome back to Story Stash. I'm your host Duncan, and these are some of my stories I've written. Today I'm reading from my book Ghost Whisperer, and this is chapter 35. So, let's go for it. Chapter 35. Ed and Ellen had just finished their lunch on the terrace. They walked along the corridors to the family room. As they arrived, Sarah appeared, looking flustered. She'd be panting and out of breath if she wasn't already dead. "Sarah, what's up?" asked Ed. "It's Officer Ouray. He got shot by a crooked detective. He needs help fast." "I can call for an ambulance. What's the address?" "No, for a GSW, or gunshot wound, they'll call the police. If the police discover this, he's as good as dead." "Okay, I have an idea. What's the address?" "It's the warehouse where they caught the kidnapper." Ed called Noah Johnson. "Noah Johnson, this is Ed Tanner, Diamond 940. I have an emergency, so no time to meet with you. Officer Ouray got into a firefight with a crooked detective. He needs extraction and emergency medical help, but we can't get the police involved." "Okay, I can handle that. Give me the address." Ed told Noah the address of the warehouse. "I'll dispatch a unit. Can you meet me in my office now and fill me in?" asked Noah. "I'll see you soon." Ed ended the call and turned to Sarah. "He's sending a unit. I have to explain. Would you come with?" "Okay," said Sarah. Ed turned to Ellen. "I have to go talk to Noah. It's urgent." "Go. You can explain it to me later," she said. Ed exited the mansion with Sarah floating behind. They both got into his car and he sped out towards the police headquarters. Ed parked in the parkade below police headquarters. He and Sarah hurried to the Office of U.S. Public Affairs. Before Ed could speak, the receptionist stood and guided him through security to the briefing room. Sarah floated along behind him. The receptionist left Ed there. "Wow, I've not been here before, and this is the CIA?" she asked. Ed nodded. "Okay, you already know the details. If he asks something I missed, I'll tell you." Ed sat in a chair and waited. Soon, Noah arrived. "Hello again, Ed. Our unit found 2 police cruisers parked outside the warehouse. Officer Ouray was still alive and is being treated. The other officer was already dead." "Can you explain this?" asked Noah. "I don't know the reason they met there, although I suspect the other officer lured him there. I believe it's related to the case involving the mob boss, and I suspect the other officer was crooked. There was an exchange of gunfire, then I called you." "And you don't believe you can trust the police?" asked Noah. "No, we already had a suspect murdered in police custody. Evidence went missing. I don't know who I can trust there." "Good. Don't trust anyone. Welcome to my world." "So what happens now?" asked Ed. "We'll treat Officer Ouray for his injuries, and when he revives, we'll debrief him. The other officer had a burner phone on him. It's been ringing a lot, so we're tracing the calls." "Good. I'm sorry I don't have more detailed intel. I just learned of the shooting, and I called you." "You know, it's uncanny. Your knowledge is almost psychic. One day you'll have to tell me how you do it," he said. Ed felt uncomfortable. Uncanny is a good word for it. "I have a team working on the investigation. We also moved the police cruisers and cleaned up the scene. Leave this with me." "Yes, sir." Soon, Ed left the CIA office. Sarah floated along beside him. "Ed, I'll search for where they're keeping Officer Ouray. I'll check on his condition," she said. "Thank you. He helped arrest that kidnapper and rescue Ellie. He's a good officer, and I owe him." "I understand. Anyway, this is where we part ways. I'll be in touch." Sarah ascended and flew off. Ed returned to his car and drove home. The new henchman followed the same path as his predecessor. He learned the Duwamish nation had a medicine man. He entered their longhouse, planning to get his address. The henchman approached a man in the front office. "Excuse me, but I'd like to see the medicine man." Since the incident at the gathering, the Duwamish were cautious of outsiders asking for Ed. "I'm sorry, I can't help you with that." "You can't or you won't help me?" the henchman asked with a menace in his voice. He clenched his fists, about ready to strike. Unknown to the henchman, the man in the office had pressed a panic button. Suddenly, 2 more Duwamish men arrived in the office, both holding rifles in a ready position. The henchman eyed the newcomers and figured he couldn't shoot all 3 without getting shot. They both looked competent, holding their rifles. A tactical withdrawal was in order. "Well, thank you anyway," he said. The henchman pushed past the newcomers and left. He knew the medicine man might later visit the longhouse. He got into his car as the rifle-wielding Duwamish watched him leave. Unknown to the henchman, one of them used his phone to video him and his car. "You'd best send that video to Officer Ouray," said his friend. He tapped on his phone. "Done. And call Ed as well. Tell him they're still searching for him." "Okay, I'll get the number from Washta." Ed returned to the mansion and parked out front. He found Ellen in the family room. "Hello, dear," he said. She stood and they hugged. This had become a regular greeting. Suddenly his phone rang. "Hello? Ed, this is Schweeb. I'm a nephew of Washta's." "Hello, Schweeb. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct." "How can I help you?" asked Ed. "Something happened at the longhouse. A rather unfriendly person came asking for you. We had to chase him away. I also took a video of his license plate and sent the video to Officer Ouray." "Thank you for telling me. You did good, Schwab. Listen, Officer Ouray got injured in a shooting. Can you send me a copy of the video?" "Sure. And can you keep it to yourself about his injury? It's all related to a case he's working on involving organized crime. We don't want the wrong people to hear about it." "Of course. I'll keep it to myself. The video should arrive on your phone soon." "Thank you, Schweeb. These unfriendly people don't play fair. Make sure everyone is safe." "Yes, I'll pass on the message. Hey, thank you for what you did for my auntie." "Sure. I have to make a call. Bye for now." "Bye." Ed ended the call. "What was that about?" asked Ellen. "A call from the Duwamish longhouse. Another villain was trying to get my address." "Oh no, they won't stop," she said. "I plan to get them first. Nobody messes with my family and friends." Ed looked at the video he received. He couldn't make out the license number, but he knew someone who could. Ed called Noah Johnson. "Noah Johnson? This is Ed Tanner, Diamond 940. I have more intel for you. I'll be expecting your arrival." Ed ended the call. "Ed, please take the SUV with the detail. You're right, there's a credible threat out there." Ellen made a call on her phone. "They'll meet you out front." Ed hugged her goodbye and left. Ed rode in the back of the SUV with 2 security guards in front. They arrived at the parkade under police headquarters. He got out and one of his detail walked with him to the Office of U.S. Public Affairs. "Welcome back," said the receptionist. She escorted him through the security checkpoint and left him in the meeting room. Soon, Noah arrived carrying a tablet. He showed it to Ed. It had a view from a CCTV camera just outside the building, showing his security guard. "That's my security detail," said Ed. "You're coming up in the world. He's a good one. There's a credible threat to me right now. That mob boss sent another villain searching for me." "You can't be too careful. Tell me about the threat." "I got a call from the Duwamish longhouse. Another villain was asking about me. They chased him off. They also took a video of him leaving." Noah's eyes lit up. "And you have the video?" Ed took out his phone. "Yes, I was hoping you could enhance it and see his license plate." Ed handed Noah the phone. Noah forwarded the video. He examined the phone. "This phone is something special. It has the latest in counter surveillance software." My security detail upgraded me, said Ed. This exceeds what most of my field agents have. I'm impressed, Ed. Noah handed Ed his phone. He clicked on a keyboard nearby, and it revealed a large screen on the wall. Let's examine that video. Noah was talented at the keyboard and mouse. He pulled up the video and zoomed in the face of the departing henchman. That image he sent to facial recognition. Then he zoomed in on the license plate. He sent that to another search. It looks like you have a mid-level thug. We might track his vehicle if it's not stolen. Wow, I wonder what I did to deserve a mid-level thug, asked Ed. He probably works for that mob boss. You should keep a low profile until we make progress on the investigation. I'm hoping Officer Ouray recovers soon and we can debrief him. I'll return home and stay there. With the security detail you have, you should be okay. Don't go out alone. Okay. Noah escorted Ed out to the reception area. Until next time, he said. Ed smiled. Ed reunited with his security guard, and they walked back and got into the SUV. Sir, is there a credible threat to yourself and Miss Morgan? Asked the security guard. Ed thought it better that they know. Yes, the man who kidnapped my niece died in his cell last night. Someone else was inquiring about me at the Duamish Longhouse today. Thank you. We'll update our protocols. I was just meeting with my contact in the CIA. They're investigating the source of the threat. Understood, sir. I'll ask you to inform us regarding any threats. We need to know about threats so we can do our job well. We'd also like to know once a threat passes. I'll do that. The SUV drove back to the mansion. It pulled in front of the entrance. Ed exited the vehicle and went inside. Just inside the entrance to the mansion, Ed stopped. Something was different. In the entrance hall stood an armed security guard beside a metal detector. Hello, sir, said the security guard. This is new. Yes, sir. We've stepped up our security protocols based on the threat level. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Ed walked to the family room where he found Ellen. Ed, welcome back. Ellen jumped up and they hugged. Your security has stepped things up. They have a guard at the main entrance. I heard. I also ordered some covert protection outside Kate's home. The threat is real. Understood. You'd best tell Kate, or she might react badly. She refused to move in here. It's the next best thing. The CIA are investigating the mob boss and his henchmen. We must be cautious until we hear from him. What would you like for dinner, dear? I'm not too hungry after this. Perhaps a sandwich? Okay, I'll order something. Tomorrow you have a Zoom call with Blake and a fitting in the afternoon. At least I can work from home. We're under siege. Wait, the tailor is coming back? Asked Ed. Yes, you have a fitting. At the CIA office, Noah Johnson received a call. Noah Johnson, this is Dr. Baker. Officer Ouray has made it through surgery and he's stable. Very good. Inform me when he awakes. I need to debrief him. Yes, sir. I also have news from the autopsy of the other officer. His right hand had evidence of freezer burn. That's his gun hand? Asked Noah. Yes, sir. Interesting. That would account for his not making a kill shot. Thank you, Doctor. He ended the call. His mind was buzzing with questions. The Russians were working on a remote freeze ray, but the reports suggested it wasn't exact enough to freeze a hand. This evidence suggested a third person at the warehouse with just such a freeze ray device. Perhaps Ed knew more about this. He got another call. Noah Johnson. Sir, we got an incoming text on the burner phone belonging to the dead officer. What did it say? It said, good job last night. What about the troublesome officer? That doesn't sound like police business. Trace the number and put a tap on the phone. Already done so, sir. Good. Let me know when you get something. Yes, sir. He ended the call. They were closing in on their target. The new henchman received a text from his boss. "Have you captured the medicine man?" He sent back a reply. Working on it, met some opposition at the Duamish Longhouse. Soon he got another text. "Get it done." He changed vehicles and parked on the street near the Longhouse. He watched for an opportunity. So far, people came and went. He proceeded with caution, haunted by the memory of his predecessor's failed attempt. His predecessor had kidnapped a young kid and ended up dead. He must draw the medicine man out, where he was an easy target. He saw an elderly woman leave the Longhouse. Unlike the others, she didn't get into a car. She was walking home alone. This was the opportunity he sought. She might know him. The new henchman followed her home. Washta walked home from the Longhouse like she'd done many times before. She didn't notice a vehicle following her from about half a block behind her. She arrived at her home, a single-level house. As she walked along the path to her front door, she failed to notice a man exit the same vehicle and creep up behind her. Washta put her key in the lock and opened her front door. Suddenly, she heard Absaroki cry out. It was too late. The man pushed her forwards and followed her inside. He closed the door and turned towards her. He towered over the old woman. "What do you want?" she asked. His size and manner intimidated her, but she tried to hide it. "I want to see the medicine man." His voice was gruff. "He's not here. You're going to tell me where he is, or it'll be bad for you." "I don't know where he is. I've never been to his place." Wrong answer. He hit her with the back of his hand, knocking her to the floor. The blow was so hard she saw stars. Washta refused to disclose anything to him. She belonged to a once proud nation, and she didn't want to give him anything. So she feigned unconsciousness. The man paused, wondering if he'd hit her too hard. Then he kicked her in the stomach. Back in the CIA, Noah Johnson received another call. "Sir, the tap on the phone that called the burner phone. We got something interesting." "Tell me about it," said Noah. "It sent a text to another burner. Have you captured the medicine man?" "The medicine man? That's Ed. Is that an honorary title?" "I don't recall seeing medical expertise in his file." "I don't know, sir. We can investigate further. Or I can ask him." "Was there a reply to the text?" "A reply? Working on it. Met some opposition at the Duamish Longhouse." "So, this boss is searching for Ed. That fits. Later I'll ask him what he did to annoy a mob boss." "One more thing. This phone that sent the text is stationary. I have an approximate address. See if the location matches anything from Officer Ouray's note." "Will do, sir." Noah ended the call and made another. "Hello? This is Noah Johnson. I'll need 2 units ready to leave soon. We're close to getting a target location, full extraction and rendition protocols." "Acknowledged." Noah ended the call. The next morning, Ed awoke in his plush bedroom. He did his morning routine, then he left for the family room. Ellen met him there. They hugged. She handed him a cup of coffee. "You have your Zoom call this morning." "Yes, Blake will hand out assignments. I'll work on them here." "Excellent. You could use the boardroom. I don't need it today." Okay. Ed took his coffee and left for the boardroom. He was in plenty of time. The Zoom call with Blake was on schedule. "Good morning, Blake," said Ed. "Good morning, Ed. We used to say that over the cubicle wall." Blake was smiling. "I know. So, what do you need?" asked Ed. "Can you continue with the bug fixes for now? I need to send updates to our regular client." "Sure, I can do that. I'll send you a weekly build. Also, please email me a brief update with your hours once a week. If you have questions, contact me sooner." "You understand I won't be working full-time. I'll complete anything I promise to, though." That works with me. We need to keep things moving forwards. Our new sales team is signing up clients as we speak. I won't let you down, Blake. Awesome. Do you have VPN access to the servers? Are you missing anything you need? Yes, I have access. I have everything I need. Great. That's all I have. Keep in touch. Will do. The Zoom call ended. Soon, Ed got a call on his phone. The caller ID said it was from Washta. Hello? Is this the medicine man? It wasn't Washta, it was a gruff voice. Yes, that's me. I found your name on her phone. Did you hurt her? She's not involved. She's still alive. Come to her home alone. You have 30 minutes to get here. No cops or the old lady dies. The call ended. Crap, said Ed. He left the boardroom and went in search of Ellen. Hey, Ed, she said, noticing the look on his face. What's up? Another villain. This time he has Washta. I have to go there alone or she dies. Before you go, wear this under your shirt. Ellen handed him a bulletproof vest. You had this ready for me? I knew you'd need it, eventually. I had the tailor share your measurements with my security team. It should fit you perfectly and not be obvious you're wearing it. Wow, thanks, said Ed. Cover it with a jacket. No one will know. Oh, can you please reschedule the tailor? Ed put it on and left. Ellen picked up her phone. Well, that's the end of chapter 35. And next episode, obviously, we'll have 36. Ed rescues Washta with help from the crow and bear. Lions, oh my. Hope to see you then.